My background and my experience is in mainstream human rights, and I found that of course, and the slogan is human rights cannot be divided. And for me, respect for Palestinian human rights at the public level requires respect of Palestinian human rights at the private level. When I saw that everybody was talking about general Palestinian human rights, I wanted to deal with the private sphere. And that's the whole idea behind the establishment of Women's Center for Legal Aid and Counseling almost 20 years ago. However, also the connection between the private and the public is very powerful. After focusing on women's rights issues only in the Palestinian context, I found that we are just doing a band-aid treatment. Unless we address the root causes of what increases the rate of violence against women in our context, we will be only just treating women as individual clients, but not really addressing the root causes of the conflict. Not negating the patriarchy, but also militarism, conflict, military violence has a severe impact on our society. Impoverishment of the community, putting the community in Bantustan-like situation, restricting the movement, especially of men who are unable to work and earn their living, because in our culture, men are the ones who are supposed to work outside and support their families, and women take care of the children. When those roles are forcibly changed without due preparation and protection, then that disconnects the family from the inside. One of the various reasons, many factors, but that's why I feel like women have a say in any kind of peace negotiations. Women look for human security, peace from within, because that will be the roots of the peace from without. If you don't have peace from within, you cannot have outside peace. And that's when we moved from the private to the more public. And that's when I say any peace negotiations must address the basic needs of the Palestinian security of the society, and particularly women. If those basic needs are not addressed, then it's not a real peace. And my concern is there was so far no real concern about looking at the root causes of the Palestinian-Israeli conflict and deal with the root causes of the Palestinian. It was only to manage the conflict. And when you want to just manage the conflict, so the negotiation is between closed groups of people, military leaders, some politicians, without connecting it to both communities. But that is also a proof that it's a failure. If the communities are not involved in any kind of peace negotiations, no peace agreement signed between leaders will succeed. And that is what we have learned. And it's fearful that we saw how much increased violence happened between the first Intifada and second Intifada. Even the second Intifada happened in the background of a peace agreement. We are afraid that any future peace negotiations do not include civil society, are not inclusive, are not transparent, and they don't talk the opinion and the needs, and they don't address the needs of people. That's what we are concerned about. And so raising the hope and working towards an agreement and then collapsing will lead us to further bloodshed. And that's why we as women and leading members of civil society in Palestine, and Israelis will speak for themselves, should have a say in what is going on in the peace deal. What is the peace deal that is going to be forced on us? Because we will be having to deal with the consequences. A peace deal that does not address our right for development at the economic level, at the cultural level, at the social level, freedom of movement, right to self-determination, in safe borders that do not address our human security is not peace for us. Where our sons can walk the streets, cross borders, without us having to worry about their safety, whether they will be bullied by the soldiers, by the Israeli soldiers. When these prisoners are all released, any other peace deal is not going to work. No matter how powerful the political leader who's trying to push it, still it's got to address the basic needs of the people. And that's why I think Palestinian women must insist on an increased role in any kind of future peace negotiations. First of all, a woman's right to self-determination, that means her right to decide for herself, her future, for who she's going to marry, whether she's going to live in Nablus or Jenin, whether she's going to be deciding in matters concerning her education, her the income she earns, the number of children she has. This is basic for us. It's a basic human right that women must have, and this is what we are struggling for in our society, where Palestinian women are able to exercise their right to self-determination. In our context, a Palestinian woman actually, not because of her patriarchal society, but because of occupation, her right to decide who to marry is very much dictated by Israelis' policies.